Hello, everybody, and welcome back or welcome to our channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing what I wish I knew about interracial dating before I started, the things nobody tells you. My first piece of advice would be to get to know the person well before you decide that you're going to date them, and even before you decide to make your relationship public. I think that applies in all aspects of dating, regardless of whether you're dating somebody of another race, but it's a whole lot easier to be or to feel swayed if you don't know them well. Asking the appropriate questions, having those friendly conversations, and progressing steadily will help you feel more secure in the relationship. You won't feel as pulled toward that doubt if you already know who the person is and you're making the decision based on the fact that you both know each other well. The second piece of advice that I want you to consider is allowing that person to start the relationship off with a clean slate. We all have stereotypes that we've been exposed to just through media, through our surroundings, even through our upbringing. And those stereotypes or misconceptions can taint the way that we see others and the way that we interact with them. Allow that person to present as that person and not with the baggage that they're not responsible for. You do not have to be the race relations expert. If either you or your partner have never dated somebody of a different race before, and your families have never seen you interact with somebody of a different race before, once you all get to that level where there is a bit of trust and rapport, there are times that people might ask you or your partner questions that are silly, questions that are ignorant, questions that are outdated, insensitive, and they're not always meant in an offensive way. If I don't have the answer to somebody's question, I don't try and fake it till I make it. I don't try and give an answer that would appease their curiosity. I recognize the limits to my ability to educate. I might even encourage the person to look up more information or watch a movie, a documentary, listen to a podcast, those kinds of things. Encourage them to utilize resources outside of you. And you don't have to carry that stress about worrying what somebody's going to do with your words. While you shouldn't make yourself the poster child for race relations discussions and all topics related to your race, you also need to get comfortable with the idea of having uncomfortable conversations, because you will be talking about race a lot. It can be difficult for individuals to know whether or not it's appropriate to talk about something. It's not polite to ignore your differences. There's just no sense in pretending that we're all the same, because we come from different backgrounds, and those different worlds, those different upbringings shape the people we become. Just like you would want to talk about any other topic in a relationship to find out if things can work, you've got to be comfortable with those conversations. Just start with the smaller things first so that it doesn't feel so intimidating moving forward. Tip number 5 can be a little painful for some of us to consider, but it's absolutely necessary if you're serious about this relationship. You need to be willing to reevaluate your close circle and the people that you decide to share information with when it comes to your relationship. People might come to you and they might say, well, you don't know anything about this race, and what if they do this, and what if they do that, and what if this happens, and how are you going to handle this? Some of those questions could just be good feedback, but other times they can be hateful questions, they could be ignorant questions, they could be people just expressing the fact that they're not in agreement with the relationship that you're pursuing. And it is very important that you do not let unnecessary negativity seep into the relationship that you have with this other person. Getting to know them is already going to be a job on its own. You don't want to have to worry about all of these other outside influences penetrating your process and getting to know them. You have a unique opportunity to create your own community, and that community could be through resources online like Reddit, other couples that you meet and that you interact with, that you form friendships with. It could even be through the family of your significant other. If your significant other's family is accepting of you, you can find part of your community there as well. Being able to bounce your fears or your concerns off of someone else that has experienced what you're going through, the doubts that you might have, is super helpful. I do not recommend going to the people who were betting that you were going to fail in the beginning, or going to those who don't agree with your relationship for advice, because it's not going to be very helpful in the grand scheme of things. Anything less than full respect is unacceptable. Stereotypes, misconceptions, or portrayals of how another race is in the news or on social media, that can affect the way that we see our significant other or that others interact with us. But it's not an excuse for people to mistreat you. Don't feel like you have to stay silent and put up with it because this is just what you inherit when you start an interracial relationship with somebody. It does not have to be that way. You do not have to feel like you have to tolerate people that are not being respectful to you. There will be remarks. At one point or another, somebody is going to say something. The two of you need to be a united front and send the same message that disrespect, racism, microaggressions, ignorance is not tolerated. Tip number 8 is super, super important, but it's also equally easy to forget, because when we're starting a new relationship, it is so wonderful and we are getting to know this person. We're falling head over heels for them. Maybe we're infatuated by them. We can't get enough of them. We want them to be around all the time and we're never going to argue and everything's always going to be wonderful. Mark my words, you will have a misunderstanding or 8,000 with your partner. And when those happen, you need to keep perspective. During that first misunderstanding, it feels like the world is crashing down, like your dream has been shattered into a million pieces. And you can very easily go to feeling like, well, if I had never dated the person of this race, this wouldn't be happening right now. And it is true. There are things that maybe might be easier if the person were of the same race. But remember, all relationships have misunderstandings. There's always going to be something that you don't see eye to eye on with your significant other, and you've got to choose your battles. Part of keeping perspective is spending time focusing on things other than the colors of our skin. This is a relationship at its core. So you want to make sure that you get out there, have dates, have fun, create memories together, experience new things, build that bond, and do some activities that are not going to be drenched in the drama that can come along with the outside perceptions of your relationship or just the differences that you have on a daily basis. Treat your relationship the way that any normal couple would, because at the end of the day, you are a normal couple. Whatever your motives were for watching this video today, I thank you for watching it to the end. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with other people, subscribe to our channel because we have more coming up. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'm leaving you with the reminder that with God, all things are possible. We'll see you in the next video.